Who needs Tide Pod challenges or bleach challenges or whatever it is when you have people who tell you that it is good to drink urine? To be specific, camel urine. Unfortunately, I don't have camel urine here, I only have Coke. Muslim apologist Farid is on his channel saying that it is scientifically confirmed that it is good to drink camel urine. It's beneficial. He's responding to our criticism of Muhammad's suggestion to drink camel urine. And he claims we are mocking this, but science is actually on his side and on the side of the Prophet Muhammad, because science reveals that camel urine has beneficial components which may be used in medication.
Now, keep in mind that these are pregnant camels, and the urine of pregnant mounts have healing properties. Look up Primarine, which is made from pregnant mare urine.
Dude, I'm looking at this right now, and even your screenshot says CEE is a natural formulation of an extract prepared from pregnant mares. This is estrogen, medication for hormones extracted from a horse's urine for hormone therapy. This does not mean they take a cup of horse urine and just pour it into the medicine and that's it.
In any case, camel urine has healing properties, and all you gotta do is head over to PubMed and type it out, camel urine, in the search box, and go through some of the articles there. Hey, but if you're too childish to accept that because, ew, camel urine, unfortunately for you, science is on the side of Islam in this one.
I don't really know how to say this. You don't have to be a scientist. You don't have to have some really advanced education in science to understand this, but just because there are beneficial components in something, and just because those beneficial components may be extracted and used for medical purposes, that does not mean that that whole thing is good for you. Yes, it is true. Urine has beneficial components which may be used in medications. This is not just true for camel urine, it's true for human urine as well.
It seems like David Wood's boyfriend, Apostate Prophet, is repeating same old refuted polemics against the Hadith. Now, Farid gave a response to this camel urine Hadith. Now, I don't take Farid response seriously. I think Farid response is in the same bag as James White. These two people think they're scholars, but they're not really scholars to begin with. So I don't have a high opinion of Farid response, and I don't take him that seriously. But I think he's incorrect in his interpretation of this Hadith. Now, he does cite some. Now, Apostate Prophet admits that camel urine does have, medical or healing properties. He does admit that. But the problem is both Farid response and Apostate Prophet didn't read that Hadith properly. Well, let me just talk about Apostate Prophet since we're refuting him. Apostate Prophet says, or what he implies is that Hadith about drinking camel urine is a general recommendation for everybody. This is false, because if you read that Hadith in Sahih Bukhari, the Prophet Muhammad only told those shepherds to drink the camel urine. He didn't tell all Muslims he didn't tell everybody to drink camel urine. Like, we know the Prophet Muhammad didn't like eating lizards. We know the Prophet Muhammad wore sandals. We know that the Prophet Muhammad rode camels, horses, and donkeys. We don't have to, like, modern Muslims don't have to do those things, right? Like, modern people don't do those things. So, that Hadith is just a specific recommendation to a specific group of people at a specific time, which is the 6th century. Things have obviously changed since the 6th century, right? We have things like Tylenol, we have things like Advil, we have modern medications where, we don't have to drink, animal urine, or we don't have to drink animal milk or animal urine to cure ourselves. We have, tablets and other modern over-the-counter medications. So this Hadith is just a specific recommendation to a specific people, which is the shepherds. The Prophet Muhammad didn't tell everybody drink camel urine and most of your your illnesses or diseases will be cured. He just gave that recommendation to those people. Now, even Apostate Prophet admits that urine, animal urine, like horse's urine or camel urine, or even human urine, has healing and medical properties to it. But that's not the point of that hadith. The hadith is telling that hadith is talking about those specific shepherds. It's not saying, the Prophet Muhammad is not saying drink camel urine. He's not telling everybody, you know, whether it's Muslims or non-Muslims reading that hadith, that drink camel urine and your illnesses will be cured, or your illnesses will be reduced, or your sicknesses will be reduced. He was just telling those shepherds, drink the camel milk and the camel urine, and you'll be cured, or you'll be your illness will be reduced. You know, so it was talking about the climate of Medina and how to reduce your illness in Medina. And another possibility is that hadith, you know, if you read that hadith, the shepherds were cured when they drank the urine. So that means that the Prophet Muhammad's recommendation worked to help those people. So, you know, it could be a miracle from Allah, right? So the Prophet Muhammad, like those shepherds came to the Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad didn't have the answer how to fix their illness, and then he probably got revelation from Allah to tell the shepherds to drink the camel urine, and by some miracle from Allah they were cured. That's certainly possible, right? So, you know, according to the hadith, according to Sahih Bukhari, according to the hadith, Prophet Muhammad did miracles. So, you know, that's probably, it could be that this was a miracle from Allah, you know, to those shepherds. You know, I don't know, like, you know, who knows? But the point of this video is that the hadith does not tell everybody to drink camel urine. It was just talking about those specific people, those specific shepherds, to drink the camel urine, and they'll be cured when they drink the urine. It's not a general recommendation to everybody. The Prophet Muhammad is not telling me and, you know, other modern day Muslims to go drink camel urine and they'll be cured from their diseases. No, it was just talking about a specific group of people, you know, to reduce or help cure their specific illness. And read that hadith. You know, that hadith actually proves that the Prophet Muhammad was right, because when they drank that urine, they got cured. Now, if the Prophet Muhammad was wrong, then the hadith would say, well, they drank the camel milk and camel urine and they got more sick, or they, you know, their illness increased. But no, they got cured when they drank the urine. They got cured when they drank the camel urine. So that means the Prophet Muhammad's recommendation worked, but it's not a general recommendation. It was just a recommendation to those people at that specific time. So that's the point that Apostate Prophet missed, and to a lesser extent Fareed Response missed. So, you know, that's why, you know, you got to do your own independent research on these types of things, because most of the time these critics of Islam just don't know what they're talking about. And sometimes, like, people like Yasser Qadi and Fareed Response don't know what they're talking about either. So you have to do your own response. When I read this hadith, it was just talking about a specific recommendation to those specific shepherds. It's not a recommendation to everybody. So that's just my brief refutation of that hadith. Stay tuned, more videos coming up.